Sueda today, after Syria's president declared an immediate and comprehensive ceasefire. Sunni Arab tribal fighters who've come from across the country, they say, to defend fellow Sunni Bedouins in an area dominated by Syria's Druze minority. They continue to fight Druze militias here after days of violence in which hundreds have died, accusations traded of execution-style killings and other abuses. One Druze man who wanted to remain anonymous told us he was barricaded inside a home with his family and two others in fear for their lives.
Even death has become much scarier if they were the ones who's killing us. They torturing us before killing us. There's many dead people in the streets. Even my uncle, we found him near the streets dead. In a horrible way. We don't know if we will stay alive or die inside of our houses. We don't know if they will break through our doors and kill us, or torture us or take us as slaves. They were everywhere, and until this moment, they're still attacking us.
Such fears exacerbated by videos like this, purporting to show government-aligned fighters forcing three Druze men off an apartment balcony, shooting them as they go over. We can't verify the details independently, other than to say the attackers don't speak with Druze accents. It's estimated at least 700 people have been killed since Sunday in fighting sparked when a Druze merchant was reportedly abducted by armed Bedouin men. Druze fighters, aligned to a local cleric who had been loyal to Syria's previous Assad regime, carried out reprisal attacks. Government forces then intervened before being forced back by Israeli airstrikes, including on the military headquarters in Damascus. Israel said it was defending the Druze minority. Damascus accused it of seeking division in Syria. Now Syrian forces are heading back to Sueda under the aegis of a ceasefire with Israel. Syria's president today calling on what he called heroic tribal fighters to stand down.
The Syrian state is committed to protecting all minorities and sects in the country and is proceeding to hold all violators accountable from any party. No one will escape accountability. We disassociate ourselves from all the crimes and transgressions that have occurred, whether from inside Sueda or outside it.
This afternoon, Syrian forces set up a checkpoint at the edge of Sueda city, the avowed aim to quell the fighting and restore order. But many Druze see little distinction, if any, between government forces and tribal fighters. Bedouin fighters, today stationed just outside the city, also accused Druze militia of killing unarmed civilians. In the 7 months since the fall of the Assad regime, this appears to be the moment of greatest risk yet, that the new Syria, so successful in restoring its external relations, becomes consumed by its internal sectarian divisions.
Well, joining me now is Dr. Hyde, who's Syrian and a senior research fellow at the Arab Reform Initiative and the Middle East and North Africa programme at the Chatham House think tank in London. Thank you so much for joining us. I just wondered, what's the latest that you're hearing on the ground right now?
Thank you for having me. What we have been hearing, as you mentioned in your basically report, is that security forces affiliated with the transitional government have been deployed to the outskirts of Sueda. However, that has not stopped the fighting because tribal forces are already fighting inside the city of Sueda. And so far, there is no clarity on how the government is trying to basically withdraw those forces from Sueda, or if they are within basically go inside the city itself in order to de-escalate the situation there. There's a lot of sort of the rumors being circulated. People are scared for their lives, and people who live in Sueda city, they have been under siege for several days and they're running out of supplies.
In this particular instance, you know, we heard the president today say that the Syrian president say the Syrian state is committed to protecting all minorities and sects in the country and is proceeding to hold all violators accountable from any party. Why do you think some communities are just not taking him at his word right now?
Because I think part of the reason is that we have seen forces affiliated with the government committing crimes and violations in different parts of Syria. We saw it in the coastal areas in March, and we are now seeing it in Sueda city over the past days now. Because of that, and because people did not see those who committed the violations in March being held accountable publicly and transparently by the government, because they have not been seeing enough efforts by the government to stop the tribal forces that are being mobilized from across Syria to go and fight there, being stopped. Because of all of those reasons, I think people are skeptical that this time the president will be able to implement what he has been saying over the past months, but they have not seen those words translated into actions and on the ground.
And just finally, Dr. Hyde, I just wonder, what does the president need to do to restore peace in Syria, do you think? And do you think that is achievable in the next few days?
I think a few days will be difficult for anyone to make any meaningful change. But a first step would be to definitely stop the fighting. For that to happen, we have to see clear and concrete steps in order to stop tribal forces from being mobilized and basically from other sides and cross all the way to Sueda. Those who are fighting on the ground, they have to be withdrawn, and a political process needs to start building confidence between people.